3, 2, 1. What's going on, America? We're live here in Columbus, Ohio. We have brought the Hornsmen Show to, it's the on the road edition of the Hornsmen Show. That's what we got going on live. And we're going to do that in Columbus tonight. First of all, we want to give thanks to Pure Culture and Coffee. We want to give thank yous to the alumni organizations that participated tonight. But most importantly, as you can see, we want to give thank you to the fans that came out tonight. I'm your host, MD. We're just Longhorns that love Longhorn sports. Also, we got with us tonight, we got Tank Gibb. What's going on, Gibb?
Boy, Gibb with the gridiron gospel this evening.
We got Waits in the building.
It's pretty simple if you want the path to turn.
We got Tony T in the building.
You see the smiles, America. Come on now.
T. Jones in the building. Here we go. But more importantly, we got a special guest tonight. We didn't come all the way to Columbus without bringing a Buckeye fan with us. We got Duke Pettijohn. Y'all give it up. Duke, former Syracuse player, undrafted NFL player. He's here tonight, but the reason he has on this Ohio State gear is because of his son, who plays linebacker for the Ohio State.
That's the champion.
Duke, we're gonna jump right on into it, all right? Let's have fun tonight in Columbus. So, back when you played at Syracuse, recruitment in NIL is a lot different than it is today. I'm sure while your son was getting recruited, you saw some things that were probably a little bit different. And money was on the table as opposed to, I'm not going to say on the table because I wasn't there. But tell us the difference that you saw between the recruiting, you and your son.
The biggest difference was it didn't exist without it. It wasn't even a thing. It was under the table, guys. But having a little insight coming into it, we knew what to look forward to. We knew what keep the main things on recruiting. We knew the kind of player that he was. So whatever, and we know how we valued him. So we knew his value. So every school that was recruiting just had to, meet that standard. So that took care of it. And we're about to say, like I said, his value, his game speaks for itself. So we didn't even have to get into those conversations. Actually, right now, and we didn't even talk about it. We did it until we narrowed it down to the schools that he was going to go to, and then we were able to have those conversations. Because we didn't want to, muddy the waters and get distracted by or allow students to use that as a recruitment tool. We wanted to pick schools that together and as far as what's going to be the best interest.
Now, was Texas part of that?
Texas was part of it. We're in Texas. You know what I mean? And they're top schools in Texas.
Appreciate that.
It's top school in Texas. It was a little bit more in Texas.
In Texas. We were. Texas was they were running on it. He was on their recruitment. Take a head coaching job, somewhere else. But I was he was coach had a great relationship. So recruiting's wild. Coming from Texas to Ohio is wild. So as a former player, now dad of he's All-American,
you can make a choice,
Better
right?
respect.
So you can make a choice. Give us the wildest like college football. It don't have to be recruiting. It can be when you was in school. And it's obviously Son's first game. But give us the wildest college football story that you had. I mean, you played in a dome. You know what I'm saying? So you got a ton of stuff. I'm sure.
Yeah, well, shoot, the dome was live because we're in the dome. We packed it out. So, I mean, it was literally ear piercing. Like noise. It was only 50,000, but we maxed out. And it was live in there. It was live. One of the livest games was we were playing Virginia Tech. This is pre the year before this, but Donovan McNabb.
Donovan McNabb.
Yeah.
The freeze option.
Not your line, brother Donovan.
So we were. It was last second of the game. I mean, we literally ran. So it's a tight end program. Everybody knows that's our go-to, and we ran it. And we completed it. Wow. And that was my first, storm the field experience. Like, everybody come out the stand. Don's mom came out the stand.
Wow. Wait, Campbell said
that was my craziest, my personal, craziest college football experience. It was wild. It's like, what was you dreaming of? You see on TV, storming the field, and it's crazy. Now you're in it. You got students coming, take your stuff and all that. But that was my best, my most college
Real quick, because you're talking about different fields, right? You've been to a lot of stadiums, obviously as a player, and even a non-player who's learning the sport. You've probably traveled to a lot of atmospheres, a lot of stadiums. What would you say personally is your best favorite stadium / atmosphere? And just give us why.
Okay, so it's two parts to that. Ooh, I love it. And there's two stadiums. So there's the atmosphere, and then there's a favorite stadium. And they run this pair. Favorite stadium in pure college football atmosphere was the Rose Bowl. I had never been. I played in. Like back when I was playing, we were in, the BCS, and
And I didn't get a chance to play in part of the BCS. Didn't get the chance to play in the Super Bowl. Super Bowl.
in the South.
So this was my first experience. I'm like, oh man, I'm back in it. Now I just couldn't imagine like playing it as a player, but being in the stands and looking out to, like the horizon. The view was unbelievable. But the field was like I'm like fast, but it was natural, it was grass. Our football is supposed to be played. And it was just imagine being out there. Then the game started and they just got to putting the ass on. And it just made it even crazier.
Some of us fall inside.
It was inside.
Inside, bro. I tell people all the time about this as well. And I was like, I don't want to act as if we were overthinking it. When we went to the national championship in the Rose Bowl, we walked in, and like from a fan perspective, as soon as you walk in, you come through, and you see that horizon, it just smells of fresh grass. Like you literally smell the grass. It's the clean air. It was a moment of
Historic vision. Like the Cowboys, but it's like it's janky. You know what I mean? They don't get it. Because there's no mistake. I've been to the Coliseum too, and the Coliseum still has that feel. Like history was played and made. Rose Bowl still feels like the Cowboys they didn't keep up that nostalgia.
That's why we're glad we played a lot of those balls.
Yeah, so it's not as bad as it, like it moving and playing somewhere else. But the second part of that, like the livest atmosphere, LSU.
Oh, shit!
Bruh.
Hey,
But mind you, but listen, so when it was my first experience, it was it was the national championship year. Yeah, Joe Burrow and them. They were playing Florida, and man, I have never been to a live. I mean, live stadium rocking, soulful, like everybody. So and then like 1 to 200,000 outside. Like, it was ridiculous. I mean, it was rocking from start to finish. Like, we couldn't get home until we get like 3, 4 in the morning. It was, I mean,
just going out.
It was nuts.
I used to live in New Orleans for like 10 years. Let me just tell you right there.
It was live.
Best food you've ever had.
Duke, you may have answered the next question, or my question, which is the best fans. Who had the best fans that you've experienced? But you may have just touched on it.
In your unbiased.
But I will say is that, here's stories from friends, guys that have been to like A&M, Alabama, like in Georgia. They say, hey, that sounds like, it would happen here. So I want to say like SEC has some live things.
I noticed you didn't mention Texas on that list.
No, I didn't.
That's a bad
Because I'm coming from the perspective of a player. Like what's going to get me? Like so when I'm ready to go, when third down comes, they know, like, it don't matter if I'm like dead tired. Third down comes, they get it. I mean, they're ready to go. Look, it's an automatic reset. I feel like, and I think this is for like Cowboys fans too. Like they're like we're here for a game experience to like cheer these guys on. And this goes for like every college, atmosphere. Let's support them. The good, the and the bad. Even if we're down, like hey, let's anything, because anything can happen. And like shoot, let's take advantage of our home.
I challenge you to come to another game in Austin. We have elevated our atmosphere a little bit. So,
Yeah.
so
I'm checking. They got loud.
I got one question for you. You're wearing your red, shout out to your son. You still got some orange in you.
I'm all orange. I didn't go here. My son go here. I bleed orange and blue.
In terms of that fan experience, right? You're playing the game, you made it son is a stud, but
You will.
as a fan now, right? Like,
Yeah.
certain off the players be a fan. What's
Yeah.
your favorite? Beyond getting in, what's your favorite part about being a fan? Knowing the game, just being a fan. This is about fan experience.
Well, again, it's hard to tell you all. I'm a fan, right? And everything that it gives me and brings and imparts into the team. So it's hard for me to look at it like just a fan, because I can't get fanatical, I can't get emotional, because I still know, these are kids and, they're going to make mistakes. So I understand that. So I'm not fanatical about a game. I'm not fanatical about the game and what it, and what the kids can get out of it. So I just love watching football. I honestly do. Like knowing the work that goes into it. From the practice, the coaching, everything that's pulling at these guys, and they still go out here and perform at this high level. People don't really understand that. These dudes. It's a grind. It is an unbelievable grind.
To that point, because we have kids, right? Well, all of us has kids here, but you have a unique perspective in the fact of you're the one as a dad, former player, former professional, that has this kid, right, from 5, 7, 9 to whatever that is, to now being one of the most ballyhooed recruits in the largest football league. As a dad, what it looks like, you just like us, right? This is the first game of the season, but for you, it is your first collegiate game as a dad. I'm trying to all that you got to hold it together. Because it's
like seeing it, like firsthand, and it's. I mean, it can bring like tears.
Come on, man.
It may happen because it's such a big stage, right? And along the way, he could have, like faltered, which, you kind of, lightweight to expect because, you're getting different things thrown at you, right? Like different expectations, different pressures, more added pressures. And it's like, man, the dude like walking through it, man, and put him in the position to contribute. And it is awesome. It's awesome.
Like tonight, you all as a parent perspective. Saying they had without trying to mess up his head too much, because you don't want to get too far into it. At the same time,
Again.
Everybody's excited.
Are in town, and I know I have to kind of, be like balanced. Like look, I understand his mindset. I don't want them to have distractions. I want to have, a free mind, be able to think about the game plan, and prepare. So, I kind of, talk to everyone about, about that. Kind of explain why he's, why Riley ain't, like, look, he's trying to focus. You know what I mean? And that goes for, like all those boys. And, everybody doesn't understand that. So, they don't, like mean that, but you have to understand, there's a process and a place he's trying to get into that, you don't want to, rock that boat. So I know that I'm going to wait call me, and then I'll give him my so we go about it but I know the game mindset, so I'm going to wait for it. Because I used to call my mom, I should call my name before the game, right? And my dad wasn't around. I called my mom. It'll be more, just kind of that down, that's why
Let me ask you this question. So, we talk about your son, we talk about the players. First of all, we got to give a shout out to whoever was at the 2005 Rose Bowl. And BYC did it. But BYC was the key player in that march. Will be the key players tomorrow for the Ohio State to secure victory.
It'll be a unit. It'll be a unit. It'll be the defense.
Defense.
It'll be the defense. I mean, it's like a cut job because, and listen, both. I'm speaking for both teams.
Okay.
It's going to be the
Defensive effort.
because they have to set the table for the offense so they can be captain. You got two quarterbacks who are first time starters, in a big game. And they're going to have, they're going to have a feeling out process, right? They're going to be some digging and dunking to get them comfortable. Fans are going to be like,
Rhythm, finding rhythm.
it's just going to take the defense to come back to them and establish that field position, right? And that goes for both teams. So the game is going to come down to minimizing mistakes, right? Whose leaders are going to step up? The guys who are coming back, the seniors, the vets who have, like played in these games. Those are the guys that they're going to have to lead, right? And in that, I give the edge to that step. But they went a little further and had a little bit more adversity, last year, right? And now coming into this year, I feel like y'all have a lot more like higher expectations. Y'all number one, for preseason number one, for whatever that means. I want to see that banner. I want to see that banner y'all have. That's a great banner to have that preseason number one banner. I love it. I don't want that.
I'll take it.
But so y'all have a lot pressure on y'all, and it took a lot of off of us as a defending national champion. So
we're coming in, relaxed, right? And we're able to play our game. So I feel like, this is my opinion, I feel like the pressure was on y'all to perform. And it's on something
Champion already.
Dude, we're going to take a quick commercial break because we got to promote the app. Hey, look, not only do road trips, not only do this for 20 plus years, we got an app coming. So right now, I need y'all to check out the app. The Hornsmen. .com, you know what it is. We all access. Behind the scenes. Hey, this ain't practice.
First of all, the real MVP, I must shout out the real MVP. So, my college roommate is the strength and conditioning head coach of basketball team.
Okay.
All the years, for all you struggling freshmen, have a roommate that you don't want to do. That's the word. And listen, early mornings, it's paid off. You gotta take us on the man. You know what you did to me? One time in the drop, so see that girl? I gotta talk to her big friend. You better make her go. I see that
Hey, I just had that message with my son. My oldest son. He's make that relationship. Never know.
We're all some form of roommate. It shows like your college experience, like just to live out like the stories that we can all tell them that. I don't know what they're doing now, but I can say I had a college experience. It was a great time.
I mean, there's points in life when we have certain roommates here. We left them in Memphis when we played Ole Miss just because we had college experiences with them, and several people with an orange hat on decided not to ride with him, not to be specific. He decided he DJs today. Anyway, Ohio State. Now listen, we had a great time, man. The facilities are top notch. We've been a bevy of places, right? And I was shocked how great Ohio State's facilities are in all aspects of football. Track, softball, I want to say track. So you know, watch this. You ready for this? Can I be myself? Be yourself. Last year when we went to Michigan, we didn't see none of this. So this year, Christmas. I mean, we went to it. I don't do it.
We would love to roll with you though.
We got some.
Ask him about his 200.
Dude, off the record, nobody here that's earmuffs. I might have ran 23-12 in the 200 today.
23? 20? You had 23. I do. 23 in the first step.
Hey.
They're talking to the track. That went up to
He look like Rich Allen.
He's not here. Hold on, 23 was probably 150. Let's be real.
It was 23 seconds.
Bro, in the 200.
Dude, for you.
Yes.
Let me tell you something, Bill. I'm sorry. It was handheld. It was a handheld time. It was a handheld one.
It looks like the streets.
You don't see the video.
You're going to see it's a 23-12 to win.
Somebody said, what, the 200? 23 you?
It was winning.
No, you ran it. No, you ran it.
It was tragic.
I'm not here to kill my brother.
Hey, listen, he ran it. I'll give him credit for that.
No, he did.
He's one.
So I'm predicting it's going to be a defensive struggle, as you said earlier. I think it's close at the half. I think that given the weaponry, the cutlery that we offer on offense, I think the score ends up being 28-17. 28-17. Here we go.
When he got cutlery, I got to show cutlery. So ironically, I was going to pick 23-12 about 200 times, but I'm not. I'm going 27-17.
Oh, shout out to Marcus Myers.
Shout out to the Hornsmen. I had that for a minute. 27-17. And shout out to the Hornsmen.
Come on now. Tell me what you got.
So listen, I want to shout out to the Ohio State University, defending champions, national champions to this day right now.
Put some respect on it.
I got Buckeye people here, right? It's a good city. I like your city. You got 10 points, 27-10. Shout out.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's going to be the Horns, but I think it's going to be a good game. I'm saying 31-21. I think they're going to score. Their running game is going to come up the gut on us one more time, and it's going to surprise them. That'll be the one shocker. But I think we'll buckle down. The second half is going to be a whole different story.
The one thing I will say is just saying, Justin saying, every quarterback saying, that's going to be the thing. Just saying, depends on him. Now you have the time. Extended time. I yield my time.
I appreciate this because
I'll wrap it up, so.
the defensive disrespect is.
Can anybody let Duke finish? I never say him fuck up. Yeah, wrap it up.
What was that game?
2 years ago.
Was it the first game of the season? Second. No, second game.
Duke is asking the question.
We got no host.
Totally different.
Our reputation this season, right? And we're bringing back more on that. Okay. I think we got 2 quarterbacks, right? So it's going to need a defensive line, right? And that's all again. So with that, I say we're going to score on this thing. So that's how we got to help our offense. So we got 7 on offense. So number 18 on defense. On offense. 7 on defense. We're gonna get 7. Turtle, I say we're gonna probably 21 to 24 on offense. So I'm gonna go
Thank y'all for watching the episode today. Let's give a round of applause for Duke right here.
Yes, sir.